A lot of people are of the opinion that perhaps where you have your 10 camps, and we believe that they are in different states of the Federation, perhaps state governments should also be able to be part of this to try to see that those that are in their states will get quick rehabilitation.
Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I've sent letters out to all 36 state governors because I expect them to partner with NAPTIP on this, because the truth is, all of these victims come from various states of the Federation. And so we expect the governors to be very active, you know, in ensuring that they are rehabilitated and reintegrated back into the society. A lot of them have not been forthcoming, but one or two of them have indicated interest to partner with NAPTIP, and we're looking forward to that.
What are you doing to crush this syndicate or this ring of traffickers? What are you doing to crush it, both those local ones at home and even working with the international community to crush those ones outside of Nigeria?
Well, what we're trying to do is, first of all, when we get information from those who have been trafficked, we start our investigations. If they are over there, we also inform the authorities in the destination countries. When they are here, we track them, we arrest them, and we prosecute them. And, you know, we're trying to encourage people to come up with information as much as possible. And our surveillance officers as well go out on surveillance. We're no longer going to wait for information, because sometimes, you know, because these are crimes that take place like behind closed doors, if you may. So we want to start going on serious surveillance activities now, to see things for ourselves, to lay traps in all the places where these things happen, and, you know, pick these guys up, prosecute them accordingly.
Time and again, you have said that one of the reasons why, or should I say now, the root cause, while a lot of people try to get out of this country and fall into the hands of traffickers, is because of the level of poverty and also the jobless nature that we've been faced with at the moment. Do you think that if we have to rely on those two criteria that you've mentioned repeatedly, we'll ever get out of this? Well,
I believe that 85% of this is as a result of ignorance. And that is why we've decided to embark on a massive awareness campaign. And trust me, by the time we get to all the communities, the rural communities, and they begin to hear this message, and they know the tricks of these criminal network gangs, it will reduce drastically. It's just it's a matter of awareness. I think that's the most important thing here, to prevent it from happening in the first place. I think it's going to go a long way.
Now, to avoid those returnees from being a menace to society, what would you advise be done, especially in terms of, say, apart from rehabilitating them, integrating them into society?
Well, the first thing to be done is to counsel them, to ensure that, you know, they have a sound state of mind, because most of them have been battered and brutalized, you know, and they just, you know, don't have any value for life anymore. You know, they just don't think that there's no reason to live anymore. And so the first thing to do is to counsel them and make them to know that there's hope, and something good is going to come out of this at the end of the day, first, before we talk of rehabilitating or reintegrating them back into the society.
And in terms of that campaign that you're carrying out, how have you been able to reach the families, to advance your campaign to the family levels, to understand that it's not necessarily, or should I say it's not okay, for you to traffic your daughters or your sons outside of Nigeria?
Yes, when we carry out our campaigns, we engage the leaders in the communities. You know, we engage, for example, the woman leader, the youth leader, the vigilante leader, and all of that, you know, the churches, the mosque, and all of that. They go back and tell their members that, look, if you send out your children, not just the girls, because the boys are equally trafficked, if you send out your children, you know, to other countries, I mean, this is what is going to happen to them. They're going to be trafficked. So they don't need to go. You know, and then for the internal trafficking as well, we encourage them not to give out their children to be house helps in different states, because they go to these rural communities to take these ones to other, you know, the urban communities, and of course to take them out of the country.
How concerned are you when you hear about the latest kind of trafficking, or should I say reason for trafficking, which has to do with sales of human organs?
Well, it's really worrisome and annoying at the same time, and that is why I've been engaging with the destination countries that they need to investigate more and more, because, you know, in the destination countries is where you have a lot of organ transplantation, and so people are not patient anymore to wait for these organs. They buy these organs in the black market. So the question they should be asking in the destination countries are, where are these organs coming from? They need to start to investigate where the organs are coming from, because there's so much demand for the organs, and that is why this business is thriving. So they need to regulate transplants, and they need to find out where the organs are coming from before they carry out any transplant. I think if they start to do that, things will reduce.
Julie Okadonle, the Director General of NAPTIP, I want to thank you so much indeed for sharing this, your thoughts with us on this very important topic as well. And that's how it's been on State of the Nation. I am Gimba Umar, and I'll see you tomorrow for a fresh package. Bye for now.